Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to share with you all my completed coloring pages that I have done in the last couple of years, and I want to concentrate on the pages that I have done in adult coloring books, and the PDFs I would like to share in a separate video. I'm landing in the stack of books that I have worked in. It is quite a bit, huh? Could be more, you know, I'm a slow colorist. So just one little word ahead. I don't want to have this video as a very chatty video, so I rather would like to go through all the pages quickly and show you one page after another. And if you want to see those pages in more detail, I just recommend to take a look at my completed pages video that I do most often on a quarterly basis. So in these videos I show them a little bit more in detail. But today this shall be a quick one. I want to have every page that I've colored in a book in this video, and I don't want to have it too long. So I wish you a lot of fun with it, and let's get started. I'm showing you the books in no particular order. So not in the order that I have colored them in. The only order that I have is by artist, and I'm starting with my squared shaped books and with the smaller ones at the moment. So the first one I want to present is Coloriage Wall 3 by Emmanuel Collin. This one is a little bit difficult to display. So this is the first one. Okay, then I've got this one in here. So on the background, as this page is a little bit thicker, I like to do the Neo Color 2 and then go over with the Paul Rubin shimmer paints. On this one I did some gouache in the background. I love to use some stickles or any other embellishments. And this page is actually the first one that I did in this book. So this was for Color Your Hoard, and I colored this one in 2019. So the next book is Die Welt unter der Lupe zu Lande by Rita Berman. And if you want to call this one a completed page, this is done with gel pens. Here I tried out some other pencil brand. And in this book I do have quite a few of started pages, but here is one that I have completed. This was my first page in this book, and yeah. So The Flower Year by Leila Dooley. In this book actually I have only colored this little puppy here, so I really need to do more in this book. But I love how it turned out, so I thought I will share it. And as we are talking about flowers, I also have the Flowerscape book by Maggie Anteria, and I got this book only this year. And I have just colored those really small single flowers here. Now I have the first book that I ever colored in, and this is Traumhaftes Asien by Shachanok Wong. And I also have quite a few whips in here, and this book has mainly double pages. So this is done in the beginning of 2018. This is the year when I started with coloring. There has to be more. Yeah. Then this double page. And this was actually the first image that I did. I actually wrote it down here because it was really special. And oh, the first page that I did was actually in 2017, but this was the only one that I colored in this year, and then I continued in 2018, and I used the Prisma colors on this one. So So now I have Pop Manga Cute and Creepy by Camilla Errico, and this is one of my favorite books, I would say. Just because I really like to work in this book with mixed media and just have fun. Don't worry that I would ruin something. This is done with a gelato background. I also have a video for that I will link. I will try to link all the videos that I have done on here. So then I've got this double spread. Yeah, I have to show them singly because I don't have a lot of space here today. Filming with my little setup that I use when I have to use artificial light. So we have to live with it. Also gelatos here. In this book I use the gelatos quite a bit. I also like to use neo colors. Then in 2021 I managed to finish my first page in Mosgard by David Peterson, and it is this one. Okay, we continue with my Jasmine Becket-Griffith book collection. I own 3 of her books, and this is a fantasy art adventure. In this book I think I finished the most pages so far. I also have a few started ones that I really should finish because they are long-standing whips. But this one is finished. And then I have done some of those smaller ones here, on which I tried out different pencil brands for skin coloring, like the Pablo, the Luminance and the Lyra Rembrandt pencils. This one was a tribute to Catherine from Always Coloring, and I followed one of her videos for the background, and then got this one. A little bit of stickles there, and that's it. And then it goes on with the Halloween coloring book. And this book I have only colored 2 images so far. Really need to do more. Okay, sorry. It's here. On this page I have a color along, which I will also try to link below in the info box. And lastly, her mermaid's coloring book, and which I have colored only 1 image, and it is this one. I really love her mermaid book, so definitely need to continue with this one. I could try to give you a little bit of a close-ups. So now I want to show you my hardback books. This one is Botanicum by Maria Trolle, and I've done a couple of images in here and a few whips. The whips I'm not going to show, and I can't find my page. Here. Here it is, the first one. I also tried the gelatos on the background the first time. We've got this little fairy above, and then I actually have only 2 more, and this one I have a how I color snow video. The snowflakes are done with the Paul Rubens shimmer paint, and then I've got this little holiday wreath here, or Christmas wreath. Yes. Then Magical Dawn by Hanna Karlzon. I do have quite a few of her books actually, but I've only colored in this book so far, so I should change that. This is a work in progress, and no. Here's my finished page. I also have crystal videos, how I color these crystals here. So next I'm showing you my Coloring Heaven issues that I've colored in. And the first one is featuring Ernest Guerrero. And I only did one page in here so far. And it is this one. I colored it this year. The moon is done with some shimmer watercolor paint. Then I've got Gothic. The Gothic Fairies Special. This one is featuring Michaelina. The first page is actually a work in progress, but as it was so darkly grayscaled, it looks almost like it is finished only with the marker base. And yeah, this one is one that I have finished. I have a video how to apply Glossy Accents on her wings. So trying to link that for you. So now I also have the Misfits Special featuring White Stack, and in this book I colored 3 images. I was very much inspired by Colin Chatwith Sammy to do some mixed media in here. Here I tried out the castle arts on this paper, and this is a more recent finished one. I finished it last year, and I think the dragon turned out really cute. Love the colors. And as I enjoyed the Misfits Coloring Heaven issue so much, I bought a Misfits book. I think this is maybe the only one that I own. And here's my completed page in this book. The paper is quite thin. I really like the cloud background. This was done with Soft Pastels, and I have a video up for it. And the rest was done with artisan pencils. Now we'll show you some random books. This one is from Marlon Toynissen, The Wings and Fins. And in this book I have basically done the title page here. And I used a lot of stickles. Really enjoyed playing here. These are single-sided. The Little Witches by Coloring Book Cafe. I finally finished a long standing whip. It was in 2021 that I finished it. And it's this little cute witch here. Also used gelatos on the background. And this beautiful book here is by Sarah Bourier, the Pixie Fairy Coloring Book. This is how the cover looks, and I did this page in here. Background again with the soft pastels, used a bit of stickles and glitter, because that's what I like. And then I bought Through the Alphabet, also by Sarah Bourier. This is her latest edition, or the latest book that she brought out. And I finished this page in here. I like them because these are more quick projects, and I really like her sketchy style. This is another one that I did. Then I've got Serenayar by Christina McAllister, and I did this page in here with polychromos and a little bit of a gel pen, or with different gel pens actually, to do some effects. This is some older coloring, Enchanted Fairies by Julia Rivers. I think I haven't seen anything from Julia Rivers in the last couple of years. Let me know if you know anything else. On those mushrooms I followed a Helen Elliston tutorial. That's why they look so good actually. Really poppy, and yeah. And that is this page. Another one of my first pages that I colored is in Fairyline by Barbara Lancer, and yeah, not the most beautiful page that I did, but the whole background is done with pencils. This is what I did in the beginning. Yeah, I like those cherry blossoms actually. Those look quite nice. So this is from 2018, but I don't like how the fairy looks. And the background is also not so nice, but it's a learning curve. Okay, here I colored a page that I did in 2021. This is the Kawaii Witches Autumn and Halloween book by Just to Kawaii. And the page that I did is this one in the last, let's call it Halloween season, even though this was done in the summertime, but yes. Another more recent one is from The Beautiful Language of Flowers by John Green, and this is a Creative Haven book. And I did this page in here. I followed a Chris Chang video, yeah, how to color peonies, and yeah, this was very beautiful. This turned out a lot more orangey as it looked on her page actually, but I think I've used the yellow a little bit too much, but yeah, that's that. Another one of my favorite artists is Mystic Art Mirrors, and this is the Mermaid and Friends coloring book. And let's see, I put a page in between. I did this page. This was my absolute first page that I colored from her, and yeah, obviously I put some stickles on there, and yeah, very much enjoy this artist. Nowadays I buy her books in PDF, so these are the only two books that you will see now. This is the Töchter der Meere coloring book, also by Mystic Art Mirrors, and caution, you will see some nudity now, because she has like, yeah, her mermaid sometimes, yeah, a little bit naked. And I like to do soft pastel backgrounds in these books. Now we are having a look at my Jade Summer collection that I colored in, and this is the Kawaii Girls, and this will be one of the early pages that I did. So in the beginning actually of 2080, this is an oldie one, so one of my first colorings that I did. Yeah, not that special, huh? But I enjoy to work in the Jade Summer books, especially in her Vampires book. Wait, where is... I didn't mark the pages, so we have to look for them. Here's one. This is also from 2018. This was done with polychromos. I really like to do those blue roses. This was the part that inspired me to start this page actually. And then I think after it I did this page, or maybe before, I can't remember. And I practiced my skin coloring on this. This is the Fairies Coloring Book, and in this one I also did practice skin coloring, so I did this one. One thing that I noticed back then and still today is that sometimes the noses that I drawn are a little bit too small, and if you would just color them like they are, it looks strange. I tried it here and no, didn't like it. Started all over again, and yeah, this was my second attempt on this page, and I like this a lot better. Yeah. Now we are having a look at Hanalin, and this is the Victorian Darlings. In the beginning I also colored quite a bit of Hanalin. This one was done with the Castle Art pencils in 2019. And this is the Enchanted Halloween. I love this Halloween book. Also started images in here. So this one was done with luminance, I think. I've got this one. A lot of stickles on this wing here. We've got her. This is also from 2019. A lot of stickles here on her dress. Missed one. This is one from my earlier pages that I did, because you can recognize it because she doesn't have a nose. Just, yeah, a hint of a nose, so to speak. So, but nowadays I try to give them actually those little button noses. I think that was all in this book. I think, yes. Here's the Fairytale Princesses and Storybook Darlings, also by Hanalin. And this is one of the first pages that I colored in March 2018, and this was done with the Lura Rembrandt pencils. I tried them out and I really liked them. In the past, I really actually enjoyed this paper here, and I think and have a feeling that it was a little bit better than the paper that we have nowadays. Or maybe it's just because I didn't know any good paper back then. I don't know. A little bit of stickles on her dress here. Another one that was also done in March 2018, and here I tried out the Pablos Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils. Also enjoyed these on this paper quite a bit. And I think, was it all? No, I have one more, and it is this one here. This is from 2019. On those bricks I folded again a Helen Elliston tutorial, and I think those bricks, they look really nice, so I really can recommend those tutorial books by Helen Elliston. They are beautiful. I also have those two pocket-sized books here. The first one is Sweet and Simple, Whimsicals, Mermaids and More to Color. And in this book I have only one finished image. This one. This was done with the Arteza pencils. And then the Enchanted Faces. This is one book that I tried to finish, so I have a few more in this book. This was done with the Castle Arts. This is a more recent one. I did a body color with the lovely Emma Colors 2020 on this page. Oh, here's another one that I almost skipped. So here we can go a little bit closer actually. Let's try to not skip any of those pages. I really was inspired when I saw the page by Colin Chat with Sammy. I think that was the moment when I bought this book. I have this cute girl here, but I have to say that it is a lot of fun to work actually in this book. I like that these are smaller pages, so for quicker projects in between, pocket size. My book also looks a little bit, yeah, like a little bit damaged here, because, yeah, once I took them, I took it with me on holiday. Here's another one, and I love to color Hanalin hair. That really relaxes me, and as I said, oh, this is just a whip. I also enjoy this I don't like so much, this is also a whip. So, okay, this one is another finished one with stickles. This one, a lot of stickles here as an outlining of her hair. Like this effect. Was a lot of work though. And this is with, I did it with Crayola Super Tips, who watered down the faces, obviously colored with pencil on top. Selena Fennec. This is the Festive Magic Coloring Book. So a Christmas themed coloring book. And I have only one, oh no, it was the time when I started a few pages like again, because I wasn't satisfied, and we do have 2 sets of images in this book, and so I just started again. And yeah, this is the version that I finished done, with a lot of stickers on her wings. Here's the Night Magic. I love her covers. These were also books that I collected right from the beginning. I haven't colored a whole lot in them because the paper is not my favorite one. For example, the Hanalin paper I liked a lot better. This is thinner, or I don't know. But when I work in these books, I do like a alcohol marker base, soft pastel in the background, and it does work. And I really want to do more of her. Then she also has a Fadorables book. I think she has different ones. This is the cute and creepy one, because I love everything cute and creepy, like Halloween themed. Let's look for my images. Usually I color this in the second part of the pages, but because if something went wrong, I don't know, I don't want to have it in the beginning of the book. On this page I used the Black Widow pencils. Oh, skipped one. This is a more early one from 2018. This was actually an accident with the Glossy Accents on her hair, but yeah, it is what it is. And I have one more. This lady here. With a lot of stickles on those spider webs. On this thin paper I often like to use either soft pastels or gelatos, because those mediums work very well. And we are coming to an end slowly. Now some of my favorite artists that I discovered. This one I discovered in 2021. A Fairy Lives in Every Garden. A Fairy Lives in Every Garden by Destiny Lauritsen. And oh, this is a started one, but I have a finished one in here. I also colored a few of her PDFs, so because she has this creative coloring circle. But this book I really like. It's a very beautiful book. I also enjoy to color the pages by Colin and Chicks or Daria Sakersoi. This is the Coloring Book 2, Fantasy Fairy Portraits. And yeah, I have this one. This is also a more recent one. And this one. And I want to complete this book, I think, because this is a lot of fun to work in. And now Christine Karen with her Fairy and Fantasy series. And yeah, this is also one of the books that I would like to finish. And I often print the pages on better paper. And this one is done with the Castle Arts, done in 2020. This one is done with Artisa. I do have color alongs for both of these pages on my channel. This one was done in 2021 or finished. This is also done in 2021. Then I've got her. And Kitty Cuddles. This one with the kitty cat. And then lastly but not least is the Fairy and Fantasy 3. I have noticed that I haven't colored in her second book actually. I have started something recently, but not finished one page. But in this book I do have a few. This one. Oops. These I most often print. So this one I also have. It's also quite new. And then this one here, and I love Christine Karen's art because it's so beautiful. Here I tested the Castle Art Gold pencils to see how it works on this type of paper, and I like them. Works quite good. So that was actually all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you don't miss the completed pages for the PDF that I have coming up, hopefully quite soon as well. And yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy coloring everyone, and see you in the next one. Bye!